Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Network. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate wears the badge Ultimate proudly, and it is just. The insane amount of work involved, every character returning, and then there are the spirit battles. With over 1,300 current spirits and 1,000 of them being in the form of a battle, there are so many nods to the many franchises that my neck starts to hurt. But it's nearly impossible to understand every spirit battle reference and why they are well thought out and fit that character. Some can be obvious, some are far more obscure. So I'm starting a new series, explaining every spirit battle. Each video will be a different franchise because doing one video for every spirit battle would be insane. There'll be no particular order in what franchises I do one after the other. Just depends on when I get all the footage, as many battles will be random on the spirit board. And I will only be covering the battles themselves, not spirits obtained through summoning and whatnot. Another thing to note, just assume, because it does apply 99% of the time, the costume the fighter is wearing is a nod to the spirit character in one form or another. Mentioning the costume looks like a Spiny over and over again will just get annoying. Now it's time to find us a spirit to clobber that there Kirby. Wow, that was a really bad anime D2D impersonation. I'm sorry. But this is every spirit battle explained for Kirby. The Star Rod spirit is represented by 4 Kirbys on the Fountain of Dreams, as the Star Rod itself powers the Fountain of Dreams. These Kirbys will also start the battle with their own rod to combat you with. The Gourmet Race from Smash Melee plays. The Robobot armor spirit is represented by 4 Metal Kirbys on the Halberd. This stamina battle has the drill item spawning as well. These are nods to the final weapon of the Robobot armor, the Halberd mode, and the final attack, which grants the armor a large drill. Pink Ball Activate plays, a music track from Kirby Planet Robobot. The Dragoon spirit is represented with Kirby as the Dragoon parts spawn on Pilot Wings. Pilot Wings was chosen as it does fly around, much like you do in Kirby's Air Ride, which the Dragoon parts actually originated from. Items will also gravitate towards Kirby, and his movement speed is increased, all to gain the legendary parts. The track, the legendary Air Ride machine plays, a nod to the Dragoon itself. The Rick spirit is represented by Pikachu and a Kirby. You battle it out on green greens with an icy floor, and has no effect on Pikachu or Kirby, and is a nod to how Rick in Kirby's Dream Land 2 is not affected by icy floors. He starts with the battle with a Fire Flower, a nod to the fire ability he uses with Kirby. Planet Popstar plays while you fight. The Kind spirit is represented by Squirtle and a Kirby. You battle it out on Woohoo Island, on the island portions in particular. This is all because Kind is a fish, and although he can jump on land, he's most mobile in water. You yourself can also not swim very well, and they start with a Freezy, a nod to the abilities Kind gets when Kirby teams up with him. Float Island music is playing. The Coup spirit is represented by Falco and a Kirby. You fight it out in Dreamland while high winds blast through. Falco loves to jump and fall slower to simulate gliding down that Coup does when teamed up with Kirby. You battle it out to Forest Nature Area. The Gooey spirit is represented by a Kirby on Dreamland. The Kirby favors his neutral special Inhale, as in Kirby's Dreamland 3, Gooey has similar power absorbing abilities like Kirby. This time battle has the Gourmet Race from Smash 64 playing. The Nago spirit is represented by Isabelle on green greens. She gets an extra jump, as Nago got a triple air jump in Kirby's Dreamland 3. The Soccer Ball item will also appear, as when Kirby and Nago team up, Nago will roll him like a ball. Forest Nature Area plays. The Pitch spirit is represented by Jigglypuff on green greens. Jigglypuff loves to jump to simulate flying, and will start the battle with a Pokeball that has a Fetchling in it, a Pokemon that has some qualities similar to Pitch. The Forest Stage music plays. The Choo Choo spirit is represented by Jigglypuff and a bow like hers. The floor is sticky, a nod to how she can stick to walls and ceilings. You fight it out on Dreamland with Planet Popstar playing. The Wispy Wood spirit is represented by 5 red Kirbys to act like the apples that will fall from Wispy during battles. You battle it out on green greens as high winds blow through the stage, and Wispy Woods is in the background to simulate when Wispy Woods would blow air, or wind of course. The Boss medley from the Kirby series plays, a good nod to him usually being the first boss, or a version of him being the first boss in most Kirby games. The Krako spirit is represented by King Dedede and a Pikachu to help simulate the lightning that Krako would strike down in his battles with Kirby. You battle on Skyworld, in particular with no real platforms, just the clouds, a nod to Krako himself. and a nod to the fact that most of your encounters are in the sky with the clouds as the boss medley from the Kirby series plays. The Nightmare Power Orb is represented by a giant Kirby on the Fountain of Dreams. Kirby will start with a Star Rod. This all nods back to the first Kirby game as Nightmare was trying to take over Planet Popstar by corrupting the Fountain of Dreams, and King Dedede broke up the Star Rod to prevent it. Kirby, not knowing Dedede's intention, restored the Star Rod, and he must defeat Nightmare's true form. So King Dedede is actually more of a good guy than we thought. The Nightmare Assist trophy will spawn as well to cause more havoc. The Versus Marks battle music plays in this blind battle, a nod to the fact that Nightmare is a final boss just like Marks. The Dark Matter Spirit is represented by King Dedede, a nod to how Dark Matter took over Dedede in Kirby Dream Land 2, and then after you defeat him in a stamina battle, Meta Knight appears to represent the swordman-like form that Dark Matter takes after Kirby defeats the Dedede form. You fight it out in the halberd as both King Dedede and Meta Knight's attacks are buffed, and they have a chance to perform critical hits as well. The O2 battle theme plays, another final boss music track. The Gorilla Spirit is represented by Jigglypuff on green greens. Gorilla is from a Japanese-only game from the Super Famicom, Kirby Superstar Stacker. In the game, Mr. Star is shot down by King Dedede, and Kirby and his friends go out to get him back together again. After beating King Dedede in the puzzle game, Girl will appear to challenge Kirby. Warp Stars, to represent Mr. Star, or the Star Stacker, appears. The green themes from Melee plays. The Heavy Lobster Spirit is represented with Lemmy Koopa on the halberd, as this is where you would fight it in Revenge of Meta Knight. As Heavy Lobster is a mech-like machine, Lemmy Koopa in the Koopa Clown Car fits perfectly. Lemmy will also start with a Fire Flower, as the Heavy Lobster would use a flamethrower as its attack, as Meta Knight's Revenge plays. The Moly Spirit is represented by a giant Pikachu in the Great Cave Offensive to represent a mole burrowing underground, and the area in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror in which you fight him, the Cabbage Cavern. Pitfalls will appear during battle, a nod to moles digging, as the Squeak Squad theme plays. The Dark Mind Spirit is represented by Ganondorf at the Kalos Pokemon League. He has Reflect active, a nod to the game he comes from, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Curry is active, and his fire and explosion attacks are increased in power, a potential nod to his fireball-looking second form. The O2 battle music plays, a nod to Dark Mind being a final boss. The Magolor Spirit is represented by Robin, a fellow magic user. You battle it out on the halberd, meant to represent his own ship, the Lore Star Cutter. Magic attacks are buffed and the screen will flip, which could be a nod to how Magolor is an ally to Kirby and his friends in Return to Dreamland, but shows his true evil intentions towards the end and betrays Kirby. Crowned, a track from Return to Dreamland plays. The Landia Spirit is represented by 5 Charizards on Find Me. It is a stamina battle with fire abilities like Landia's, and Charizards are buffed. The song Dangerous Dinner plays, as is the name of the level in which you fight Landia in Return to Dreamland. The Susie Spirit is represented by Isabelle and a Metal Meta Knight, who is supposed to represent Mecha Knight from Kirby Planet Robobot. You battle it out on a halberd while Pink Ball Activate plays, a track from Planet Robobot. The 3 Mage Sisters are represented by 3 Robin. The trio of mages battle it out with you in Dreamland as their special moves are buffed. The song, A Battle of Friends and Bonds 2 plays while you thwart the 3 sisters. The Waddle Dee Spirit is represented by 4 Kirbys on the Game Boy Dreamland stage, a nod to their first game and appearance. You appropriately battle it out to Kirby Retro Medley. The Waddle Doo Spirit is represented by 3 Kirbys on Dreamland. The floor is electrified to represent the electric-like beam it shoots. They come equipped with a Super Scope to represent that shooting aspect as well. The Butter Building theme from Smash Wii U plays. The Bronto Burt Spirit is represented by 4 tiny pits while on Dreamland. They favor their side special, Upper Dash Arm, while in the air to represent how Bronto Burts fly around. The Kirby Retro Medley plays during the fight. The Poppy Bros Jr. Spirit is represented by 2 Young Links while on Yoshi's Island. The Young Links will favor their down special Bomb while in the air to simulate how the Poppy Bros Jr.'s will jump up and down and throw bombs. The bombs will also appear more common with the Green Greens theme from Smash Wii U playing. The Gordo Spirit is represented by 3 invisible King Dededes that favor their now upped side special, Gordo Throw. The invisibility is to help simulate that the Gordos are the enemy, not King Dedede. You battle it out on Green Greens with the Kirby Retro Medley playing. The Scarfy Spirit is represented by 4 Kirbys. 1 Kirby will start the battle at 300% damage, and once it is defeated, more Kirbys come and they are more powerful. a nod to how over time a Scarfy will grow angry and attack you more aggressively. You fight on Dreamland as Green Greens from Melee plays. The Rocky Spirit is represented by Metal Kirby in the Great Cave Offensive, as Rockies are not always but commonly found in cave-like settings. Kirby is metal to make him feel more sturdy and harder to take down like a rock, and he'll favor his down special Stone, a move based on the copy ability you get from Rocky. This stamina battle has the music to the Great Cave Offensive playing. The Bomber Spirit is represented by Kirby in the Game Boy Dreamland stage. Kirby starts the battle with the Bomber item and is ready to activate it. Additional Bomber items will spawn during the fight. The Butter Building theme from Brawl plays. The Bugsy Spirit is represented by Ridley, who favors his side special, Space Pirate Rush, as it is similar to Bugsy's move where he dashes forward and attempts to grab Kirby with his mandibles and throw him. You fight it out on Green Greens as Forest Nature Area is playing. The Bonker Spirit is represented by Donkey Kong, who starts with a hammer, Bonker's signature weapon, and the hammer has an extended time to stay out. You battle it out on Congo Falls as the Forest stage music plays. The Mr. Frosty Spirit has you facing off against the Ice Climbers while on Dreamland. This stamina battle has the floor icy and the Ice Climbers' ice and water attacks are buffed. Ice Cream Island plays during this chilly battle. The Meta Knight Spirit is represented by 4 Meta Knight fighters, as the Meta Knights are loyal warriors for the masked fighter. Did I just kind of describe the Knights of Ren from Star Wars? Oh, I shouldn't bring that up. You fight it out on their ship, the Halberd. The Meta Knights will start the battle with the Killing Edge in this stamina battle. Meta Knight's Revenge plays. The Plasma Wisp Spirit is represented by Robin as he favors his neutral special, Thunder. The floor is electrified as the hothead item meant to represent the look of the Plasma Wisp spawns. You battle it out on Prism Tower, which has 2 nods, I think. First, to how the city Prism Tower is located in. Luminous City has a gem that focuses on electric-type Pokemon in Pokemon X and Y. And a nod to City Trials from Kirby's Air Ride, in which you battle it out to the new remix in this fight. The Tack Spirit is represented by 4 villagers. You battle it out in Great Cave Offensive as the villagers are faster and they will deal damage if they dash at you. A nod to how Tack will run into Kirby and hit him and steal his copy abilities if he has any. This time battle has the Great Cave Offensive playing. The Chef Kowalski Spirit is represented by a Pac-Man on Green Greens. The Chef Kowalski Assist Trophy is spawned early in the battle as well. Pac-Man will also become more powerful by eating food. Pac-Man was probably used because Kowalski is a chef and Pac-Man is known for eating. Waka waka waka. Why do I always do that? Anyways, the Gourmet Race appropriate plays from Brawl. The Knuckle Joe Spirit is represented by Ryu, a fellow martial artist. You battle it out on Find Me as Ryu's punches, elbow strikes, kicks, and knee strikes are all buffed. And of course, the Knuckle Joe Assist Trophy will spawn during the fight. The Butter Building theme from Brawl plays. The Prince Fluff Spirit is represented by Kirby on Super Happy Tree. Kirby will favor his throws, as in Kirby's Epic Yarn, Kirby and Prince Fluff use yarn to grab and throw enemies. Kirby's throw power is increased while battling to Green Greens from Smash Wii U. The Aline Spirit is represented by Tiny Palutena on the Rainbow Cruise level, a nod to the game she is from, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. As Kirby is in a ball form during that game, the ball type items become more common and spawn during the battle. You fight it out to the Butter Building theme from Brawl. And that is every Kirby Spirit Battle Explained. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I knew the Kirby series pretty well, but I learned so much about the franchise and the different characters that I didn't know before, and that is truly the magic that Smash gives. The nods, the loves, and even the details just show how much the Smash team truly loved these Spirit Battles. Thank you for joining me here at the Nintendo Network. What was your favorite Kirby Spirit Battle? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, join the Discord, and consider helping me out on Patreon. And don't forget to jump over to the community tab because the newest poll for the next Spirit Battle is up. As always, this is the Nintendo Network, signing off.